Hello and welcome back to the Final Fantasy No Grind Challenge. This is part 11, I'm Benoit, and for this part I'm going to skip ahead 12 battles, because I've had another try at this before, and as it happened, yeah, I just have to, so that's 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so yeah, I had another go at this before, and in fact I had like 3 of them, which all were failures, and I always failed because of encounters with cockatrices. And once, like, I finally got one that worked, where I was luckier, um, but since I had too many failures, accumulating on the video length, the program I use for recording failed to encode the whole video, and so my game was saved at a later point, and I didn't have the video of myself doing it, so I had to reload one of my old segments and to bring it back here. So that was my segment after the at the inn at Corneria after beating Astos. So I had to redo those segments, and come back to this place with as much as possible similar resources. And I think I came up with a little less experience in gold after all, so it shouldn't influence this challenge in a way so as to make it easier. I think it won't really make any difference at all. But anyway, I've learned my lesson, and now I have looked at the encounter table, and I have determined that if I skip 12 battles before entering the Marsh Cave, then I won't hit any cockatrices at all. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I have done. Hopefully this will be sufficient for me to succeed in one go, but we'll see about that soon enough. I really like fighting bulls. It's an easy battle that gives a good reward. Um, and I'm also like, I don't think it's possible for me to end this battle in one round, and I think it's very unlikely that I don't kill a bull in one full attack, like it just happened. Um, so that's why I'm just putting everyone on one bull and then everyone on the other one, and not really caring about exceeding damage. Yeah, so there should be, yeah, okay, that's perfect. Werewolves, this is the indicator that my encounter cycle is the right one, or at least that's what I hope, if my calculations are correct. Yeah, normally I don't really mind cockatrices. Well, I do mind them, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. But in this particular instance, I have no soft potions, and looking back at what my choices were, I think I should have bought at least one, because I won't be short on heal potions after all. I mean, it's very unlikely that I run short of heal potions. And on the other hand, my supply of soft, well, being at 0, is really giving me more trouble than anything else. So so if I had to redo this, I would definitely buy at least one soft potion there. But no matter, I just manipulated the encounter table, and that's going to be sufficient, hopefully. For those of you who are listening to this and who don't know what the encounter table is, basically it's the way the random number generator works in Final Fantasy. The way that the encounters are chosen, it's not exactly random. The encounters fall into 8 categories. Each map has a list of 8 groups of enemies, which the random number generator chooses from. And the way it chooses is predetermined. Like the first battle will be group number 3, if you start from a fresh power. So in the sea, that's a battle against 1 to 5 Kizokus. In the peninsula northeast of Provoca, it's a battle against 1 to 4 Zombols plus I think 1 to 3 trolls, or 0 to 3 trolls, and so on. And like around Elfland, it's an ogre and 1 to 3 creeps. Oops, I seem to have forgotten to reorder my party there. Hopefully, I mean, I still have a decent armor for my white mage, so it probably won't make much of a difference. Anyway, yeah, so what I was saying is that there's a huge table of 256 numbers between 1 and 8, and they represent the group number that you will meet. And depending on the map that you're at, the group number will signify a different thing. But here, so like on this floor, the group number that I want to avoid is, I think, 5. And I'll just use regular harm here, I think. Yeah, it didn't matter anyway. Okay, so I think cockatrices here are 5, and on the next floor there's 6, or it's the other way around. Yeah, okay, on this floor it's 6, and on the other floor it's on floor the 4th basement, it's encounter number 5. And so I have to look at the encounter table and find a pattern that makes so that I don't encounter anything of the 6th variety here, and I don't encounter anything of the 5th variety on the next floor. But I can do, if I have to take battles of the 6th group, I want them to be on the next floor, and of the 5th group I want them to be here. So that's what I'm arranging for. And if you keep track of your encounter number, you can scroll through the table during the entire game, and ultimately you'll be able to predict in advance all the encounters that you'll get for the rest of the game. The only thing there is that the number of steps between encounters is a little more complicated to take into account. It's also predictable, but it's really something that's hard to consider just in your mind. So you really would have to have if possible, some kind of automated way to do it. Yeah. So I think I'm good here. I certainly do hope so. Okay, that's very good. In fact, 2 giants is very good news. Not that they're easy, but they give really good XP, and they're not all that hard either. So yeah, why not? I suppose I can do that. Yeah, it may be a little preemptive of my part to heal the poison right away, but I figure I don't have better to do, so I might as well. And now I'll be using heal potions because I don't want this battle to degenerate. I mean, it's very possible that I get critical. Yeah, but in this instance, it's them who get critical. Anyway, yeah, I'll put it this way, putting the white mage on the first one just in case. It's possible that like 2 or 3 damage does the difference, or maybe not 1 though. But okay, I thought it would have been sufficient, but doesn't look like it is. Okay, so Wink is really getting in bad shape here. Okay, that's good. Yeah, okay. Alright. So, I don't remember what I was saying. I was saying essentially, yeah, it's hard to take the number of steps that you do into account through the whole game, but it's feasible. I know the Japanese real-time attack of this game at Nico video. Yeah, I know the guy who did that, or or the girl. I don't know. I suppose it's a guy. Anyway, the person who did that took into account the stepping pattern for the entire game for like 3.5 hours of play. So that must have been very attention heavy. I mean concentration heavy. Okay, I I got a little fright there, but yeah. After all, it went okay, but still, that could have gone horribly wrong. Oh, is that possible? I mean, come on. So unlucky and also very lucky at the same time. But I mean, yeah, enemies seem to like killing my white mage when they can. It's not like they take into account the fact that the white mage has a lower defense or anything like that, or lower HP, or they don't care about that. They just fight randomly, and it just falls in such a way that these things happen. Okay, I'm going to run from that, even though I like having more experience if possible. Yeah, probably. Okay, that's very good. The chances of them not dying to that are very low, very low, like ridiculously low. Okay. So yeah, one of the guys got a shot of fire 2 that didn't do double damage, but it was still is in the 45 to 90 interval, and it so it hit for like 73 or something like that, which was plenty. Like they have, I think, 60 or 64 HP, or they have close to 60 HP. So even if the damage doesn't double, which is very improbable, the big chances are that they're going to get killed anyway by fire 2. So I would really have not liked that they waste me a charge of fire 2 plus a charge of harm 2, but I was prepared for that to happen if it had to. I don't like these enemies. I never liked these enemies, so I won't do that fight. I mean, I'm not in such a... This challenge is not so much of a challenge that it requires for me to do all the fights, strictly speaking. Yes, I will use Cure instead of... I will use my white mage instead of my red mage for curing purposes. Okay, here I have a chance that my white mage dies right away to Ice 2. I do hope it's not the case. The chances of that happening are like lower than 1 chance in 10. So I got 160 damage to the fighter at the top. That was the absolute maximum possible. But note that I'm not actually complaining about the me having like falling into bad odds or something like that. I think I think the good lucks and the bad lucks equilibrate at some point, and like I do hit for critical hits every now and then, and I've had relatively good instances of fights up to now. I've also um, I've also not lost anyone to Ice 2, which is good. Well, the only character that I could have lost would have been my White Mage, but so this battle went very well, and that's it. That's the 11th part of this challenge, the Earth Cave segment. So that's going to be it for today, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you will watch the rest if ever there is a rest, because I'm really considering now not to finish this challenge. So yeah, till next time, this has been Benoit, and see ya.